What's up, swimmers and swammers? I don't even know how to contextualize what we just saw tonight. 2023 Men's NCAA Championships kicked off with the 200 medley relay, and we have a lot to talk about. We saw a ton of historic splits. We saw a ton of historic total relay times. I was in the venue myself, watching it in person, and couldn't even believe my own eyes as the race unfolded just feet away from them. You had the Cal Bears cheering from one side, you had ASU in Texas cheering from another. I was right behind the NC State fans, and they were loving it when NC State clocked a new NCAA record of 120.67, the first team to ever break the 121 barrier in the 200 medley relay. So how'd they do it? Let's take a look at a lot of different splits. The 200 medley relay is one of my favorite relays because it's the only time you get to see 50s of stroke in a short course yards pool with really fast dudes. Before we do that, don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss out on every video we put out, whether that's a race analysis like this, an interview with an NCAA champion, a podcast with your favorite coach, or some other fourth kind of video that you'll probably want to see anyway. If there is a kind of video you want to see, leave it in the comments below. We will see it and make that video just for you. Everyone was talking about how we were gonna see a sub 2050 backstroke split, and we didn't. I think it's gonna take something pretty special to see it. We almost did last year, but this year was actually a little slower. The fastest split in the whole field was Cal's Bjorn Seeliger. He was 20.29, which was 0.2 off of his best. He was 20.0 last year. Almost got there, but not quite. Stay tuned to our other videos because I'm gonna get to the bottom of this and try to ask a few coaches throughout the weekend why no one has been able to swim a 19 point in the 50-yard backstroke. We'll see what we find. Just looking at the start, it's so interesting how everyone's backstroke start is so different. You have Bjorn, who is butt out, head tucked. You have Adam Chaney, who is head out, butt tucked, which is a pretty much the starkest contrast you can get from one to the other. And then everyone else is kind of the same. You have Tennessee, kind of a middle ground in there. And then lane 5, which is Jack Dolan of ASU, kind of the same as Bjorn. Notably, they are both very tall men. So maybe that technique is helpful for tall guys actually being able to get off the wedge and get into their stroke quicker. Kacper Stokowski kind of rounds out our top dogs we're watching in lane 6. And again, his is kind of pretty similar to lane 4 in Tennessee. We all know Bjorn Seeliger has great underwaters. We know Adam Chaney is a master at the 50 backstroke as well. Bjorn gets over super quick. He gets into his 50 back nicely. Again, he's about 0.2 slower than last year, but still a field best. So then we get into breaststroke legs. So 2 heats before this, Max McHugh, surprisingly, he didn't even really look that fast, but he dropped a 22:39 50 breaststroke. First man to ever go under 22.4 in the 50 breast. All right, Max. Yeah, that didn't last long because Leon Marchand, of all people, got his NCAAs off to a hot start and split 22.2 in the 50-yard breast. Now let's see what this looks like for Leon. Takes 4 strokes the first 25 after a sensational pullout, and then proceeds to take 6 strokes on that second 25, way ahead of the field, and you can see the power that he gets out of his stroke. It's a pretty stark contrast versus his 100 or especially 200 breaststroke, but you see what a difference it makes for Leon. Just switching from 5 strokes, which is his normal 200 stroke count, to 6 strokes, and how effective he can make that one extra stroke. 400 IM NCAA record. He broke it already this year. And he's also the fastest 50 breaststroker in history.
Leon Marchand swam fast.
Now the butterfly leg is what really made the difference for NC State, as Nyls Korstanje, as he would say it, dropped a 19.1, the second fastest split in history, which is pretty awesome to see that event particularly just go into new territory altogether. In his post-race interview, Korstanje said that he wanted to be the fastest 50 butterflyer of all time. He He didn't quite get that mark as Jordan Crooks dropped an 18.9 at SECs. However, this is a pretty good runner-up, considering it comes with an NCAA title as well. He takes only 4 strokes, and he made sure that he nailed that turn. Takes a good 6 strokes on the way home, really nails the finish, and then hands it off to David Curtis, who splits a very solid 18.2 and is able to pull away from ASU in lane 5 to really solidify their win. Jack Alexi from Cal split 18.1, and Josh Liendo rounded out our top splits with a very promising 18.0. NC State had a solid top to bottom relay, resulting in their NCAA record 120.67. And that is your 200 medley relay breakdown. Stay tuned for lots of race analysis videos after each session of NCAAs. I'll see you next time.